Greetings, Elder Blacklight. Now, I'm not trying to be sensational or charismatic or nothing like that. I'm just trying to school you on, put you up on game, as they say. How to be scientific about the situation that we're in. And I'm trying to show you how the Caucasian, he's up in our mix. He's in our community. He got his hands in everything that we do. And then he takes control of it. You know, Motown, Berry Gordy, you know, Caucasian came up to Berry Gordy and told Berry Gordy, I want a piece of the action and I want you to move. Get the hell out of Detroit, go to Hollywood. Now Hollywood is burning up. Berry Gordy had a building he bought in the middle of downtown Detroit, a big ass building, skyrise. And he never did develop it or put nothing in it, left it standing. And people wondering, well, why is that? You know, well, the so-called Jew and the Italians, I told you before, run everything. They got their hands in all our organizations. If it ain't directly, it's indirectly. That's why we keep running around in circles. So this brother right here, he's a brother that's across the pond over there in somewhere over there in Great Britain somewhere. But check it out. Check how he do his thing to get notoriety and popularity.
All the way to the US of A and worldwide. I'm your host, Caramel, and this is Talk with the Titans. On tonight's show, we've got the Rabbi Harry Rosenberg in the studios, fresh from exiting the Pharaoh's house. Shalom, shalom aleichem.
Alaikum shalom. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Excellent, excellent. Wow. It was actually a pleasure finally meeting you briefly. It was only briefly, I can say, at the debate. What are your thoughts, actually? What are your thoughts on the debate itself?
First of all, it was definitely nice meeting you. I enjoyed that. I'm sure you met a lot of people that you were talking to that for the first time you met, right?
Definitely. There's so much people, had shows with, and also, followers of the show. People that actually subscribe to the channel, view the show. I was taking pictures with so many different people. It was absolutely amazing to see, the audience that you're actually serving. So yeah, I was humbled.
Right, we always have to find the good things that come out of certain events. So, networking is always great. So that was good.
That's right. And for everybody who's actually just tuning in right now, please, hit the share button, hit the share link, just hit it, and let everybody know that we're live right now. We've got the Rabbi Harry Rosenberg with us in the studios right now, and he's got, a host of things that he would like to discuss with us. For those of you that don't know, Harry Rosenberg, Rabbi Harry Rosenberg was the one who went in the debate up against Polite, against various different topics. So, hopefully we can get a nice run through of it. And, he's definitely got a treat in store for us today. All right.
Well said, thanks. I'd like to just start, I guess, once we're here, just to give a little feedback from the debate because, I'm not such a promoter or loud guy, but I saw right after the debate, Brother Polite, started talking about a lot of different things. In the world of self-promotion. So I just wanted to analyze a couple of things he said so that people can get a full perspective of what really transpired and see what we could do after that conversation. I have some ideas. Right. So let's just start. I guess we'll just start a little bit. I'll try to stick to the theme. First of all, I want to know within the community, when we're done with these things and we weigh in, is there accountability, so to say, when people say certain things if they twist truths, right? So I'm going to give a few examples of truths that were twisted by Brother Polite, and I want to know, is that something that everyone's okay with him doing just because, we share a certain skin color? Or is there an actual accountability where people are saying, you know what, if you're going to speak to us and address us, please let us know the truth? So I just want to go through a few examples. If Brother Polite has anything he wants to say back to what I'm going to bring up, I'm all ears. I love discussions. The first thing which struck me interesting was, he made it very clear that since I was Jewish, part of my Jewish code was that I don't have to tell the truth to anyone about anything. So, he took a shot at my integrity and my words, which I found interesting because, first of all, he's not an expert in Jewish law that he could say that because, Jewish law was already codified over 1,000 years ago, and the only option a Jew has really based on that code is to be righteous, which means you have to speak the truth no matter what. Anyone not doing that is not living up to the Jewish code. But the funny thing for me was, I had suspected for a long time, and I mentioned it at the weigh-in, I mentioned it a few times at the debate, and finally it came out at the last seconds of the debate that Brother Polite used to be a high-level Freemason. He said it himself, which was, it was great for the community that we had that level of clarity. But the Freemason...
Dig this. We're going to stop it right there. I'm going to comment on what he just ran. Now, you got in the Bible, Jesus challenging the Jews. Calling the Jews liars. Say their father was a liar. Jesus went to the temples where they were selling merchandise, and Jesus turned over the tables and whipped the Jews out the temple. Now dig this metaphor right here now. Jesus went to the temples of the Pharisees. And the Pharisees, they were down with the Romans. And while Jesus was running the real deal up under the people, the Pharisees or the Jews didn't dig that. So they schemed to kill Jesus. So they sent Judas in. It don't say that, that this was what happened. But Judas penetrated Jesus' organization. He was an agent. Or what you call him today, a snitch. And Jesus made him one of his disciples. But Jesus knew he was a snitch. And his job was to point Jesus out and deliver him to the authorities, or the Jews or the Romans. And they plotted to assassinate him or to capture him, and kill him. Same thing happening nowadays. All our organizations gonna have a Judas in it. This is what we want to point out to y'all. And when that Judas come, the teachings get watered down, get changed. And so, just like when Sinetta started off, he was coming down, he was banging on the beast. Then all of a sudden, they started banging on each other. You see what I'm saying? So what's up with that? And then now you got this brother from across the pond, you know, giving this straight up Jew, an enemy of Jesus, supposed to be an enemy of the Christians, but some kind of way the Christians and the Jews are holding hands. You know, they supposed to be a friend of the black people, friend of the community. So these debates are BS. Then the Moors, they co-sign, they get up there with Sinetta because Sinetta is providing a format, you know, for all the groups, but he's not making a circuit out of it. So everyone comes to Sinetta if they want to get popularity. Until Seti and young Pharaoh try to throw a monkey wrench in it. We're going to get into that on the next video. But all I want to know is you true to the game. If you ain't true, you know, step off. Black light.